she will wait for you. God is so faithful and patient. Yes, you gotta see every single time you need him. I promise he'll be right there. Want you to believe if you get up on your knees, he can wipe away every tear.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for visiting the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you are new, thank you so much for visiting the channel. Please feel free to return. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. If you feel led to donate, the link to my Cash App is in the description box. Okay, you guys. This message is for those who may be trying to accomplish things, fight battles in your own strength, and you don't quite know how to let it go and let God. See, whatever the situation is, you feel like you've tried, and you've tried again. And you can't accomplish or you can't defeat whatever this is in your own strength. And you try to give it to God and lay it at the altar, whether it be unforgiveness, whether it be intense spiritual warfare, enemies rising up against you left and right, whether it be you can't seem to get a breakthrough, whatever it is. You think that you've given it to God. You think that you've laid it at the altar. You think that you've put it in his hands and that you're trying to let him take care of it, but you just find yourself not getting any results. You feel like God is not hearing you. You feel like God is not going to move on your behalf. The enemy is even trying to put thoughts in that God is not going to move on your behalf. So what do? You start back trying to take matters into your own hands again, only to be met with failure, only to be met with disappointment. And God is saying this battle is too strong for you. He has given us power. Yes, power over the scorpion and serpents and over all power over the enemy. But some battles are meant for God to take care of them. Some battles we just got to hand it over to the Lord, y'all. And I know it's hard because you're so used to doing things on your own and trying to take matters in your own hands and handle situations and prove your point and tell your side of the story. But let me tell you something. Give the battle to God, because at the end of the day, if people don't want to like you, it ain't nothing you can do or say. They're going to put you in that spiritual warfare. If they want to allow you and people want to believe it, there's nothing you can do or say. Once they decide that they're going to believe the lie, you are going to be put in spiritual warfare. Once people decide that they want to block your blessings, that they want to hinder you, that they want to block opportunities for you, listen, you got to put it in God's hands. Sometimes it's nothing that you can do or say. But be obedient, follow God's instruction, be consistent, disciplined, and put it in his hands. You keep trying to explain to people. You keep trying to tell people your side of the story. But you just, sometimes by doing that, you make it worse. You're in extreme spiritual warfare. And you think that by doing certain things or saying certain things, it's going to help you, but really it can make it worse. Remember, and I believe, let me see now, if I'm not mistaken, that the Bible says that our weapons or warfare are not carnal, right? But mighty for the pulling down of strongholds. Look, sometimes we gotta give it to God. We cannot fight these things in our own might. And that's 2 Corinthians 10:4. Sometimes certain battles, it's meant for God. I want to bring you to a story in Job 41, right? Now, we all know about Leviathan. Leviathan is who I would like to say is Godzilla. Leviathan is a fire-breathing, dragon-like, fish-like sea animal. And it has scales. And the way it describes Leviathan, the way the Bible describes Leviathan reminds me of Godzilla. Because it's fire-breathing, it has scales, it has a strong neck. And how these teeth, and very terrifying creature, okay? And this creature is very, very strong. Man cannot contain this creature. Man cannot control this creature. There's nothing that man can do to contain or control or tame this creature. Only God. The only one who God uses this creature, as frightening as it is, and also this creature, a lot of times they say the spirit of Leviathan is pride. Okay? And so, when all the pride is entered to this world, and when this world is so prideful that no one is repenting to God, I believe that's when God is Leviathan is going to be part of this earth's judgment in the end times. And God is going to use Leviathan to rain down judgment. And so he's telling Job, read this, can thou draw out Leviathan with a hook? Or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down? Can thou put a hook into his nose? Or bore his jaw through with a thorn? Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee? Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou take him for a servant forever? Wilt thou play with him as with a bird? Or wilt thou bind him for thy maidens? Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the merchants? Can thou fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears? Lay thy hand upon him. Remember the battle, do no more. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. Shall not one be cast down even at the sight of him? None is so fierce that dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before me? Let me tell you something. God is trying to show Job that basically Job is just a man, but God is powerful. God is more powerful. God has the power to do all things. There's nothing too big for God. God could even control Leviathan. But he's trying to let Job see that, Job, you cannot control Leviathan, but I can. So whatever this battle, whatever this spiritual warfare, whatever this thing is, whatever this breakthrough is, whatever is going on in your life that you feel like You want to have at it. You want to try at it. You want to try to take care of it yourself. God is saying, none is so fear that dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before me? So basically he's saying, if you can't even tame Leviathan, what makes you think that you're stronger than me? And I don't know, maybe there's many different interpretations to this. And if you guys have any other different interpretations to this chapter, let me know. So I would love to hear different interpretations and you guys' opinions and of what you think it means and why you feel that way. But to me, it's like God is telling Job, like, look, if you can you control Leviathan? That's my sea creature that I can control. You can't control Leviathan. What makes you think that you can handle these things? He's trying to remind Job of his power. Because power only goes so far. And that sometimes you have to give things to God. So I just want to remind you guys, if the battle is too hard, it's too strong, let it go and give it to God. Be obedient. Be righteous. Stay in prayer. Stay in communion with God. Worship. Fast. Read his word. Meditate on his word. But sometimes you got to give those battles to the Lord. You can't control Leviathan. God is the only one who can control Leviathan. God is the only one who can control certain storms. Have faith in him. Put your trust in him. He gonna see you through and he gonna make everything all right. Trust. Have faith. We all know what God says about faith. All you need is faith the size of a mustard seed. You know how small a mustard seed is? But also remember, faith without works is dead. You got to still be in communication with God. You still got to be in partnership and communion with him. You still have to be connected in praise and worship every day. Have faith. Be obedient. Do the things he's telling you to do. Work on whatever it is he's telling you to work on. I know it gets hard. I know you want to take matters into your own hands. But some situations, you got to give it to God. You trying to prove your point. You trying to explain what they did to you. You trying to pull that blessing down. But it's a large blockage and you're trying to remove the blockage on your own. You got to let God do some of it. You got to let God do it. Get in alignment, stay in position, and give it to God. So I love you guys. I hope this message really helps somebody. Like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Stay blessed. Peace.
In the best way.